And welcome, Aries. Here is your full length reading for December 2024. If you have joined me from TikTok or Instagram, you saw me do this quick one card pull. Queen of Wands. This is you holding your passions, controlling your passions, but you're offering passion. I feel like you're going to connect with something or someone to create something passionate. It could be a new project that you're passionate about and you're really in control of it. You're mastering it and kind of getting what you want. So in regards to relationships, connections, communications, friends, family, romance, whatever it is, responsible is what you're feeling. 9. It's the overall energy anyway. So let's get some cards on that. Ooh, straight away. You know what? I'm feeling inclined to get all the cards out. Because a few things just want to jump out. Wow, your cards are coming hot and fast. And the passions. Things are coming hot and fast for you, Aries. You are a fire sign. I don't think I should be surprised, but the 8 of Wands, it really is something coming in hot and fast. Quite often a message coming in, but this is the area of your connections and relationships, so something comes in hot and fast, or maybe it has in past. Maybe that's how you kind of approached your relationships. And the 7 of Cups is all about choices, and looks like you had an abundance of choices and everything was very glowing. Then the Emperor comes in. It could be consequences to your choices, or maybe having too many choices and perhaps trying to indulge in too many of them. This is a more rigid feeling than the rest of this. This is like so much, and then okay, that's the responsible energy. Maybe you used to sort of play around and be a bit more carefree in all your connections and relationships, but you're learning that you have to be a bit more responsible in the way you interact with others. Maybe if it was like a romantic entanglement, you were kind of too free and easy, played around a lot. I'm not saying you were a cheater or anything, but you had so many options, like why settle for one? But then you came to realize that, hang on, there's consequences to actions and people are getting hurt. I didn't realize. Maybe I'll make my intentions and my feelings more clear before I go into a contract with anyone. Let them know where I stand in things, so they know what they're entering into. Especially if I want to be more exclusive with certain people, whatever. Career, wealth, finance, your most important goal and project. It's all going to be in here. Sorrowful. Number 28, sorrowful. Oh, what's that saying about your career? What's going on there? The 8 of Cups. You've walked away from something. Had a lot built up and invested in something and walked away. Were you working towards a specific career, or had you built like a nest egg with someone and then had to part from that like relationship or connection, and you had to turn your back on it despite everything you've invested? Justice. Things getting back into balance. Getting all the 8s up top. That's interesting. You're going 8, 7, but then it goes down to 4. Okay. Let's keep going. So yeah, what have you walked away from? Whatever that was, despite having invested so much, it looks like it brought about balance in the end. Maybe you couldn't see it at the time, but ooh, the moon. Is there a Pisces in your life? This could relate to them. I think justice would relate to a Libra as well, I think. The moon, it's like the full moon, the crazy period, the howling. Yeah. The opposites. This is kind of like someone being more introverted and going inwards to the crazy emotions, and this one is shouting about it all. This one almost looks like he's thirsty as well, wants to drink up that pool, but the crazy's in the water as well. There's something in the water. I don't know if that's relevant for someone. 18. Number 18. Yeah. So an emotionally heightened period coming up, I say. You might need to balance what's happening with you internally as well as what you're doing externally. There might be some stuff you need to reconcile in order to get the balance. Have you properly walked away from whatever this was and disconnected? Because if you're in that sorrowful energy, this heightened emotion here is suggesting that, like, you haven't moved away properly from something. You need to spend time figuring out that emotional tie or connection you have, that thing that's lingering inside, and make your peace with it. You have to be willing to let it go. Spend a little bit of time with it all on your own, just figure out what it was, and then as the feelings come up, just say, okay, so I'm feeling this emotion. Spend a minute with it. Just be like, okay, why do I feel that? What happens if this? I'm feeling scared because I invested so much and lost it all because a connection broke down. So I'm feeling fearful. Why am I fearful? Of losing everything again. I can't keep losing everything. Well, what happened when you lost things in the past? Well, actually, I got back to a more balanced state. But I'm cautious going forward in case I go back to that state of losing everything. Okay, so last time I lost everything. What happened? I walked away and got balance, so I actually ended up better off. So probably if something falls apart, it wasn't meant for me. So maybe walking away and letting things go wasn't actually bad. What if I'd stayed in that situation? There'd be a lot of fighting. I was unhappy at the time. I'd still be unhappy now. How do I feel now? I'm actually quite good now. I found my balance again. But I do feel like there's options coming in and I'm just too scared to follow them. So yeah, I'm only scared because of that past thing. Is that past thing still in my life now? No. Do I need to feel scared about it anymore? No, because I let go of it. I walked away from it already and found my balance. So what am I worried about? Actually, probably nothing. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be, and I end up better off. I've taken away learning experiences from that last thing, so I know what to look out for that won't work for me. I know to speak up now about the things that I need in a business, in a relationship, in a whatever. Do you understand where I'm going with this? So, the overall energies from Spirit is what I call your life path, this column. Special messages, things like that will come up here. So, timid. And I think that pretty much is talking about what I just said then. You're a bit timid in going into certain situations because of past hurts. But this Queen says differently. See, Queen of Cups here, openly offering love, being generous with your emotions. I think that's where you were in the past. So what's changed? Nope. I think you're gonna get. Ooh, hang on. That way. These kind of all want to come out in a clump. I don't think I want to give you 3 cards. No, I think that's separate. I think it's like this. Death, change, and then, 2 threes. Celebration and emotional fatigue, really. If you've been putting on a happy face and it's draining you because you're not really happy, you haven't let go of something. Maybe this is the change between states. Okay, let me spend a second here. I mentioned before, in your relationships and connections, sort of having too many options and learning to be more responsible. This kind of feels like that. Too many options. And then emotionally spreading yourself thin. This would be like one party having to deal with another party who's also dealing with another party on the side. So it's like an emotional tug of war. Maybe you were in a tug of war. You could have been the rope in the tug of war. And yeah, learning to become more mature and responsible with the way you deal with people and what you're offering and how many people you're offering it to, you realize it's actually draining you, taking on too many options, too many responsibilities, too many relationships at the same time. So maybe this is reconfirming that, because yeah, it's all tied in with that sort of past energies. I could see having to walk away from something makes that playing around with different options more attractive, but it won't keep you balanced. But death is the end of something and a rebirth, so I think it's up to you to choose what you want. Do you want to be in that old cycle of carrying whatever that was, the sorrow? Or do you want to be in a plentiful connection? Okay, your future energies. Cautious. I think you're opening up to the idea of moving forward. I think you want it, obviously, but taking the action towards it might be the scary part. So your best course of action, Spirit tells you, is the Queen of Coins. Geez, you've got like nearly all the queens today. You need to nurture the things you want to flourish in your life. Whether it's emotional connections and relationships, whether it's investing in your future, your career, your wealth, all these things, it's all the same energy. You need to invest in you where you want to see better things come to you. Be the thing you want to receive. If you're hoping for some sort of loving connection of someone who's trustworthy and loyal and, is open to understanding how you think and how you say things and do things, then you need to start by being an example of that, and you will attract that to you by being like it. If you want a certain thing in your career, you want to work in a certain area, act like people who work in that area. Learn some things. Invest in your education if that's what you need to get a leg up on something. And start being someone who exists in that space. Because then you'll be noticed for being like that. And those positions, those opportunities will attract toward you. Okay, and if you do that, your final outcome, 2 cards again. It's just like that. Why is it like this? It won't matter what you've lost. Drop 3 cups, but hey, you've still got 2 more, and those are bountiful and will feed you plenty. And you will be the Knight of Wands, the passionate hero to your own life. Okay, some things dropped, you lost some things in your life. No worries. I know how to do this. I'm going to react to that by investing heavily in what I want. And, I can fix it up. If someone else is going through that, I recognize it. So maybe I can help them if they're open to it. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting here. I find that really interesting. This area is getting these dualities. There's a real choice within you. Like I said, invest in yourself becoming what you want to come into your life. Do you want to be someone who sits there and cries over spilt milk? Or do you want to enjoy the milk that you have left, which is plenty? Okay, so you dropped a little bit of the bottle of milk on the floor, but the bottle is still like half to 3/4 full. Why the hell are you worrying about it? So you can decide, okay, I can clean up the mess and make the most of the milk I have left. And guess what? I could charge down the shop and buy some more milk so that everyone in the house has enough milk. I've got the solution to the problems. And that's what I want to do. I want to be the solution, the hero. Big deal. This could be someone else spilling their milk. I'm going with the milk. Why not? And you're going to be the hero on horseback. It's like, don't worry, there's a shop just 2 doors down. I'm going to go there and get fresh milk. Be right back. You can have your oatmeal or Cocoa Pops or something. I don't know. You get the image. Anything else? Oh, I did get in my head before doing this reading something about butterflies. So that would make sense with the death card, actually. Some kind of regeneration, new life cycle. So it's important to learn from your experiences. Don't hold on to past hurts or failures or whatever. Instead, take away what you can from them, because you end up in a better state of balance. And you will know what you want going forward. It's like, okay, I know what didn't work. I walked away from this because we didn't have an equal place in the partnership, or I invested more than was being invested into me. So it was actually better off I walked away, and things evened out for me. So now, how about I invest in me so that I can attract more investment into me? That sort of thing. So that's your choice. Create your new cycle, your new life, based on learning from past experiences rather than indulging in sorrow or regretting them. Okay? Hope there was a connection there for you. If you resonated, please like or leave a comment. It helps me know that I am connecting with you. That's the most important part of this for me, is getting the messages to you for any kind of guidance. If you're unclear of any section here, let me know in the comments, and I might even draw a couple more cards to clarify that for you, as best I can for you. And otherwise, I do personal private readings, either face to face if you're in Australia, or you can do it with me online, Zoom, Skype, Teams, WhatsApp, whatever. Any of those things. In the description of the video below, and also in the bio for the channel, you will see a link to my booking website. If you can't find the time you want, it is in the Melbourne, Sydney time zone, so I don't know if it updates for you if you're elsewhere in the world, but I will do basically any time. If you can't see the time available that you want, message me, send me an email through the service, or you can contact me on TikTok or Instagram, Moonshadow Psychic Readings, or at Moonshadow Psy. And yeah, message me directly there and I will respond to you, and we'll work out a time. I'll book it in for you right away. I'm pretty open at the moment. It's like the Christmas holiday period, so Merry Christmas for those who celebrate. Happy holidays for everyone else. I hope you're getting a break. Everyone needs a break, and I think you can use this break to reflect on you and form this new version of your life. Go strong, go well, Aries. Have a great December, and Happy New Year.